From here it is around 3:59 a.m. and I'll be making an analysis on Bitcoin, on Ethereum and on gold, which are my major coins of interest or major pairs of interest. So I'll be making an analysis on Bitcoin, I'll be making an analysis on Ethereum, and I'll be making an analysis on gold. So when I make an analysis, I do it on a chart I am not using at the moment, or I'm not trading on at the moment. Although I've closed my trade on Bitcoin, so I can actually use this. There's so much to remove from here, so let me use this particular one. I've closed my trade on Bitcoin, so I will use this particular chart to make my analysis. So we've been having a very massive consolidation from around November. This should be November of 2024. We've been having this consolidation. That is to show you that 4-hour time frame is actually a very strong time frame that you can hold on to. Another time frame that is strong is the daily time frame. Although the reason I'm using this particular time frame is because if I use the weekly time frame, there is no where I can place my levels, maybe using my left hand side as a reference point. So the price, whatever Bitcoin is doing it. Like Bitcoin have broken above the major all-time high. So if I decide to draw my levels, there will be no reference point in the past. There is no past price action, so I'll be using this. If you watch, we made a move towards the upside, pulled back. Then this was the base that made all this move towards the upside. This was the base we are going to use. Why? Because it made the major move that we had towards the upside. This was the base that made all this move. And if you notice, we also came back to respect the base once more, the second time, and now the third time. So this is a major zone of interest. This particular zone, that is why it became my profit taking point. I took my profit from this point of the market. So this is a major support till it breaks below it. That is when I can recalibrate and see the next line of action on Bitcoin. Then another zone of interest, if you look very well, I wish you can take a moment to look at this chart. You notice that there is a pullback from this point. There is an important level here. Why? Because, okay guys, before I continue, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are watching from YouTube, make sure you follow me on Instagram. If you are watching from Instagram, make sure you also follow me on TikTok. If you are watching from wherever you are, in fact, stop whatever you are doing, like this video, follow this video, and then comment any pair you want me to analyze for you on the comment section. I'll just do that. So, but before that, just follow me on whatever platform you're watching from. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm not really on Facebook, so but if Instagram shows you this video on Facebook, go to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram, because you can actually see my videos on Facebook, although I'm not on Facebook. This thing you can only use Instagram to actually view it from Facebook. So if you click on my Facebook, if you see this video on Facebook, you have to go to my Instagram to follow me. If you're seeing it on TikTok, make sure you follow me before you continue watching this video. Follow me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you very much. I hope you did. So this particular zone became a zone of resistance because we have pulled back here several times, and when we broke out, we also came back down, respected here, and in fact we've been this place has always proven to be a major point of interest for this market. It's touched here, so it's not a zone we will just neglect anyhow. You understand? So this is my view on Bitcoin. The next line of action when we break this green level will be at this particular $107,000 level. That will be the major zone. So when I have this kind of thing, I usually color the middle one orange. I use this middle one as my mid-range, and then this will be my range high. So when we enter this trade, the reason I actually entered this trade was because of this. We had a counter trend line break. If you have been watching my videos, you notice that my entry strategy has always been consistent. You understand? It's a very consistent entry strategy that I've always used, and one of these days I'll make a live video on TikTok explaining why I have this kind of entry strategy. You understand? So This is the breakout point. We had a retest and then we had a continuation. So this is a 2.9 risk to reward ratio, which is almost 3:1, a very good risk to reward ratio to maintain. So what is my next line of action on Bitcoin? We have two things to look out for. I'll be focusing on longs for now. I'll be focusing on longs till there is no reason to do so. If we pull back into this level, I'll be taking a long. If we pull back into this level and we show any sign of bullish continuation, I'll take a long back into this level. Another thing is that if we break above this level and pull back into this yellow bar, I'll take a long into this next green zone. So that is my line of action on Bitcoin. That is next thing I'll have to do if any one of these plays out. So on Ethereum, on ETUSD, Ethereum normally follows Bitcoin, but I took a trade and this is a running position I have, 2.97 risk to reward, which is actually quite okay. And the reason I took this trade was because of this particular chart pattern that formed. We had an M pattern here, which is a reversal pattern. It's a bearish reversal pattern, and then we came back down. Instead of continuing going down into this green zone, don't forget this is also a very important level of interest, and that is actually the reason why we stopped here. So when we stopped here, when we broke below this orange bar, we made a bullish pennant. We made a bullish pennant and then we broke above it, retested on this pennant, broke above this orange zone that I've been waiting for a very long time. Then we made a retest and I'm hoping that we make a continuation to $4,000 level. If you compress this chart on a daily time frame, you notice that we have two important ranges, which is range low and the range high. So whatever you are taking should be targeted towards this range high of 4,000 or towards this range low of 2,800. Till we break above here, there is nothing you can do actually for now apart besides taking the clear chart patterns. So if you check out the daily time frame, you will notice also that we had a massive double bottom at this level. You understand? We had a massive double bottom at this level, which is a very crazy reversal pattern on the daily time frame. Just as we had a double top at this level too, we are having a double bottom we had a double top here, which brought down the market. So we are now having a double top here, which I'm hoping will bring up the market back into $4,000 per Ethereum coin. So that is my view on Ethereum, and that is what I think Ethereum will do. To break above here, if we break above here, that is when we take another trade that is going towards 4,800, which is the previous all-time high and a mid-range to these two ranges. You understand? So that is my view on Ethereum. And if we open the chart of gold, this is the daily time frame on gold. This is the daily time frame on gold. I'll show you what gold is doing and what it is most likely to do next. So this is gold, and if you check, this is daily time frame of gold. If you go to the weekly time frame, you generally notice that we are in a bullish continuation. We are in an uptrend on gold. This is an uptrend, and whenever we have an uptrend, we usually focus on having long positions only. It's been long I opened this weekly time frame. We are having a very crazy counter trend line. If we have this counter trend line break, it will be very massive for gold. I'm just saying this now. It will be very, very massive for gold. So let us drop to the daily time frame. If you drop to the daily time frame, you notice that we had a move. There was a head and shoulder pattern that formed here. There was a head and shoulder pattern that formed here. We had a shoulder, we had a head, and then we had another shoulder, which brought down the market on its knees. So when this kind of thing happens, I bring my rectangle and then I place it at this very point. This is my rectangle. This is the placement of my rectangle, because it's from here that the market started going down actually, and then it is from here the market started going up. This is a major support for the market. So if you check it out, this is a major support. It has been touched multiple times. Let me remove this. So, but aside this particular point, we also have an important level at this point. We also have an important level at around 2,700 level. So these are the two ranges I'm watching. If you come down to the 4-hour time frame, these were the trades we've had so far. We had a deviation from here, and then we reclaimed this level, went to the range high, came back down here, and then made a consolidation around this level. We made a consolidation around this level. From this level, made a consolidation. There was no trade that occurred here if you are trading on the high time frame, and then went back into this point, making a double top. We came back down into this level. Now we also made a deviation and reclaimed this level, although we had certain if you took a trade from here, the market will dance around your red zone very, very well. So I'm actually expecting that we come at least and test this 2670 and 92. Sorry, I will show you shortly another reason why this market will also stop here before any other movement. Aside the fact that this is a trend line, there's a solid trend line to retest here. We also have a supply zone that is seated at this level. This is it. We also have a supply zone that is seated at this level. So my next line of action is that if this market comes back down into this level, I will take a long from here to this very point before any other move starts happening. So don't try to be faster than your shadows by taking a long from here. For example, if you take a long from here and then you'll be targeting here, because this place might be a very strong resistance for you. So make sure at least you close out something at this very point. Even I'll start closing out something from this point if I should take a long from here. If I take a long from here, my first level target will be here, and then I'll probably close the whole trade at this very point. This is a solid 3:1 risk to reward, which is very much okay if you are a swing trader. So I have analyzed Bitcoin, gold, and also Ethereum, which are my three major pairs. So if you want me to analyze any pair for you, just comment that particular pair and I will work on it as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a very solid Sunday. Thank you, and have a nice week ahead.